humans, Master DinnerFlax here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve. Today I'll be going over it's something. So I went to locals yesterday, did pretty well, with a deck that I thought I would lose every single game I played with using S. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. And oh boy, it's a mess. So we got triple Dark Grepher. Dark Grepher's good. An Armageddonite. So this is like the warrior engine of the deck. I say engine. 4 Phantom Knights, one Cloak and 3 Boots, then 2 Malicious. In the warrior engine, I really did miss a search target for his old, because you don't want to search Dark Grepher. You literally don't want to search either of these. Any of them, I should say. So, I think if I ever play this deck again, it would probably have Vion in it. Not just because Vion is like a sometimes 5th Armageddon, but it's also a target to search with his old because you can burn through hand advantage really quick in this deck. Speaking of hand advantage, we got Dark Lords. Now this is where the deck starts getting weird. So we got Triple XL, one of the Hand Trap guy, Nastin, and Superbia. Only one Superbia, because first off, you have 110 ways to send Dark Monsters to the graveyard, even in the extra deck. So like, and he doesn't do anything like the others. He's only valuable in the graveyard or in your hand when you have Eggshell. So like, he's super bricky. And since you can send him, you only need one. So if you didn't know, this is a link spam deck, sort of. And Dark Lords you think would contradict that. But these were some of the best cards in the deck outside of the Warriors, because they're just like, because you're milling a lot with your extra deck and your main deck, you sometimes just like contact a Superbia to contact this, link away this and another guy to make a link, recycle the contact, summon this again, make another link, and you can even use that. Like, you can get like a lot of free bodies with these cards, and it's really cool. By the way, this deck is 55 cards. Just to show you how weird this is. Now for the GX token spammers. We got 2 Skyblaster and a Grinder Golem. These are just links. Both of them, even Grinder Golem, you need like another body with. But they're just so powerful when they resolve. But a body that can help you get there is we played a Dragon Shrine engine. So, the Supreme Kings were probably the worst cards in the deck. When I say the worst card, I mean, if I just played one Supreme King, I think it would have just been fine. But for some reason, I played 2 of them, which was wrong, because the only time I want to see it is when it's in my grave, when I send it with Dragon Shrine and control no monsters. And the Gate 0 was only in there because, like I said, I run out of hand advantage. But I think I could have ignored that if I played the Vion. I don't know. He's just meant to be a special summon to make like Skyblaster or Grinder Golem better, or just any link better. But at the same time, like, playing 2 defeats the whole purpose of that, because I don't want to draw it. And like, I don't want to scale it either, really, because you don't really have a lot of pendulum summoning targets for it. And then Destrudo. I played 1 Synchro, never summoned it, but I did use that a lot. Destrudo just for links. And for the birds, we got Steam the Cloak and Zephyros. I was playing a Diabolos earlier, but because I was playing Dragon Shrine and I like needed another target. But that made it to where there was only 2 ways to summon it, and it was Link Kuriboh and this itself, and that was really inconsistent, and it was just leaving in my graveyard for it to get reborn. And then Zephyros. I have no main deck out to my own Fogblade resolving, which I'm playing Fogblade. So you can just recycle this, take 400 and just kill them. And then the last monster is Fairy Tale Snow. This is a curious deck if you didn't figure it out already. It's a mess, really. So for the spells, we got Triple Contact, Triple Banishment, Triple Shrine, And triple allure. Very strong. Like, just so many strong 3F spells. I really like it. And that's one of the promoting things of Gate Zero, is that it just makes allure free. Soul Charge, Reborn, Foolish, Rhoda, and Card Destruction. Just as powerful one-ofs. It's crazy. It feels like a danger deck without the dangers. Which isn't good, but it's whatever. Then finally for the equips, got DDR, Phoenix Blade, Living Fossil, Overdone Burial, and Autonomous Action Unit. Then for the traps, because we're actually playing traps, well, sort of. We got 2 Fogblade. This deck doesn't make any like crazy link boards as much as it makes a lot of link monsters. So like you need some actual disruptions in your deck, and this is one of them. And then we got 2 Shade Brigandine, just an extender, searchable extender too, which is nice. And finally, the last 3 traps are all Dark Lord traps. These are all really, really good. They're one of each of them. If I can get this. Yeah, so Sanctified Dark Lord I actually will use a lot in time. There have been games where I've won just in time to this card because it heals you and negates the effects of a monster, which is nice. Rebellion is like the best one as a trap card, but this one's probably the worst as a trap card, but the best as a spell because, like, if you don't know, the Dark Lords can copy their card effects in the graveyard without paying cost. So when it's your turn and your opponent has some establishment, you can just like send this to grave, activate it with your Dark Lord, and then you can like link it away or just use it against them. So that's pretty cool. For the extra deck, Don Jackster, I played 1 Synchro, never made it, but I used Destrudo for the link plays instead. And I didn't play Yazi because that just promotes more bricks in my deck, and I actually don't know why I have that reasoning. My deck's full of trash. Link Karibo, Link Spider, this is for the Steam Token and Grinder Golem, this is for everything else. And then 2 Nightmares. I didn't play Unicorn because I didn't have one at the time, and I still don't have one. Wee Witch, Agashek. This is supposed to be just for Grinder Golem, but I actually summoned it twice without using Grinder Golem, and it was just to bounce a Boral Sword. I think both times, which is pretty funny. Isolde, Summon Sork, Rusty, no, this is, yeah, Bardish, Curious, Skuldred, Griffin, Boral Load, and finally, Boral Sword. Boral Sword is insane. It's really hard to not play, even with its price tag. It's just so powerful. And for the exciting side deck, do Skullmeister. Tell me when you notice a theme. 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Ghost Ogre, a Driver for its 3 Gamma, and then 3 Ash Blossom. There's a common theme with my side deck. Don't know if you noticed. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Now, if you want to know what this deck does, it's a combo deck that needs to play its entire hand to do whatever you end on. It's weird. It's kind of like Lightsworn, where you can do combos, but you don't know what those combos are because it's like based on randomness. This is that same kind of thing. So yep, that's about it. Thank you all for watching this terrible deck. And remember, Master DinnerFlax will take your soul.